In the 13th century, a storm was gathering in the north. The thunder of Mongol hooves echoed across Eurasia, crushing everything in its path. From the plains of Central Asia to the forests of Eastern Europe, from the deserts of Persia to the heart of China, no kingdom, no empire could withstand their might. By the year 1258, this seemingly unstoppable force had reached the doorstep of a small kingdom in Southeast Asia, Jiviat. The Mongols were coming, and the world held its breath. Under the command of the seasoned General Uriankadai, a massive Mongol army poured across the northern frontier. Their reputation preceded them, striking fear into the hearts of their enemies. Faced with such overwhelming numbers and brutal efficiency, the Turn Court made a difficult choice. They abandoned their capital, Thang-Long, what is now modern-day Hanoi. To an outside observer, it looked like a swift and total defeat. The capital fell, its streets empty and silent. But this was not surrender. This was strategy. The leaders of Jiviat, guided by the brilliant military strategist Turn Quốc Tuấn, refused to play the Mongols' game. They knew a head-on battle would be suicide. A desperate, last-stand defense of the capital would only lead to annihilation. So, they chose a different path. A tactic that would turn the Mongols' greatest strength, their speed and aggression, into a weakness. They implemented a scorched-earth policy. As the Turn army and the populace retreated, they left nothing behind. They burned the granaries, poisoned the wells, and abandoned the villages, transforming the rich Red River Delta into a barren wasteland. The invaders marched into an empty capital and found no food, no supplies, and no enemy to fight. Every day they remained. The tropical heat, unfamiliar diseases, and dwindling rations took their toll. The hunter had become the hunted, trapped in a war of attrition. As the Mongol army grew weaker, plagued by hunger, sickness, and the suffocating humidity, their discipline began to fray. Their momentum was gone, replaced by frustration and exhaustion. This was the moment the 10 commanders had been waiting for. The time for retreat was over. The time to strike had come. At a place called Hongbi, N.R.U., on the swampy banks of the Red River, Jiviat launched its counteroffensive, using their knowledge of the terrain and their mastery of riverine warfare. Turn forces executed a sudden, lightning-fast ambush. It was a perfectly timed assault, hitting the weakened and unsuspecting Mongol army with devastating force. Caught completely by surprise, and already in a compromised state, the Mongol lines shattered. The organized army that had conquered half the world descended into chaos. Order broke down, and their strategic withdrawal quickly turned into a desperate, panicked rout. The warriors of Jiviat pursued them relentlessly, giving them no quarter. In a remarkably short period, the fearsome Mongol invasion force was utterly broken and driven out of the kingdom. GVA had achieved the impossible. The victory at Ingibi U in 1258 was far more than just a single battle won. It was a seismic event that sent shockwaves across Asia. It was a powerful declaration to the world. The Mongols were not invincible. They could be beaten. This triumph was not an end, but a beginning. It laid the psychological and strategic foundation for Jiviat's future resistance, inspiring the even greater victories to come at HMT, Chongdejiang, and the legendary Battle of Bisichjiang River. In a small corner of Southeast Asia, a small nation had faced the world's mightiest empire and stood its ground. In doing so, Jiviat didn't just save itself. It ignited a legacy of resilience and changed the course of history. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like and subscribe for more.